Welcome, guys, to another episode of Rock Chalk Film Room. I'm Shreyas Laddha from the Kansas City Star. I have my guy Carter Stanley, and we have a super special guest in a former Jayhawk running back and current running back with the Chicago Bears, Khalil Herbert, to break down all things Kansas running game and Devin Neal. We were thinking maybe we'd break down some Cincy film, but I think Kansas is going to roll in that one. If they lose to a team that has won one conference game, we might have some problems, but I think we need to talk about Devin and the season he's put together. On Saturday, he broke 1,000 yards rushing for the second straight season. He's just the third Jayhawk to do that in consecutive seasons, joining Puka Williams and Sims. And he's looked really, really good. I think he's got a lot of NFL attention on him, one of the guys on the Jayhawks team. And I know Carter made the comparison a couple of weeks back. I know Khalil and Carter played together, and they see, the different styles and that they run and stuff like that and some similarities. So I'll let you guys take it away from there.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Shreyas. And Khalil, thanks again for joining us. Definitely excited for this. And it is kind of almost strange sometimes watching these games now and seeing some of the runs that Devin Neal does, and just thinking about how you ran the ball, whether it was still run the ball, KU, Virginia Tech, at Chicago Bears now. So, I see a lot of comparisons for sure, just between the patience, the speed, the jump cuts, ability to be a real threat in the pass game too. So just wanted to pull up some clips, some of you, some of Devin, and just kind of do some comparisons. And you feel free to add some commentary or, any compliments or whatever whenever we're going through these. But first play was back in the day here, number 10, busted wide, just straight speed, right down that left sideline. And this is actually pretty similar. This one reminded me a lot of the touchdown that Devin Neal had this past weekend. Devin, he kind of had more traffic on the outside. Yours was more of just kind of like a burning speed play. But, here's the play we're comparing it to. But left side, he kind of sets it up with the juke, bounces it back outside, and same end zone, same pylon.
Same end zone, yeah. Nah, it's crazy. Like, his ability to make guys miss, I think is one of the biggest things I see a lot of. And, you just on this run, just like the subtle moves, keeping his pad level low and still chugging and keeping his speed going at the same time. That's hard to do, especially on that boundary sideline. But that's one of the things that really impresses me with him. Like, this is his pad level and his balance, and his ability to make guys miss. I see it all the time.
For sure.
Yeah.
He does a good job of kind of timing up those blocks like you two. We're about to see it on this play. This is another play. We'll have one from Devin after this that kind of reminded me of it. But this is 2018 against Rutgers. I think we had 400 plus rushing yards in this one, and you kind of set the tone. This was first or second quarter here, and get the inside handoff, already make 3 guys miss behind the line of scrimmage, and then just floor speed from there. So take it in for 6. And we'll get Devin's play up here.
Right. The crazy thing, both of those plays was like that split back set with me and Puka.
Right. No, I know.
Both of them were touchdowns.
No, I love, dude. And I wish we would have done more split back. That's like this current staff would have had a field day with you and Puka just doing that split back stuff. So here's the play it kind of reminded me of, again, making a guy or two miss right at the line of scrimmage, and it doesn't take it the distance. I think the guy kind of had a little bit of an angle on him, but those 2 plays just definitely reminded me of your kind of running style.
Nah, for sure. That's like one thing, like me and him, we talk every now and then, every couple of weeks, just about football, chopping it up and everything. But just his patience, that one cut ability. I watched the game, and like, KJ, Kwame Lassiter, Cam McQueen, a bunch of guys that were there with us. They we're always texting about him, and we're like, bro, like, they see the similarities too. So it's just funny to watch like plays like this, and you can see it back to back.
Oh, that's awesome. Between the two of you, who's faster? I gotta ask.
You know, Carter knows the answer.
I know the answer, man. I was gonna let him.
You know,
I was gonna let him say it, but
you know, I think he's a lot quicker. Not a lot quicker, but I definitely think he's quicker. But I think I got that top end speed. You know, it's just that Florida boy. You know, it's the extra juice. You know, so.
Now, Khalil, remind me.
We haven't raced though, so.
When you were in high school, what was your 4x100 team? It was you, Pat Surtain.
So, yeah, me, Pat Surtain, Marco Wilson, and Anthony Schwartz. So, yeah, I think we set a record. And then the year after I left, Tyson Campbell, he's on the Jags. He was on it, and then they broke it again. So we still have the record in the state of Florida, though.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Do you train with him at all? You know, in the off seasons and all that.
Who?
With Devin.
No, he's came down. I think he's been in the Tampa area a couple of times. I know he's reached out to try and come down to Florida, but you know things happen, so not able to. But we definitely talk a lot just about breaking down film, different like techniques and stuff, and just chopping it up about just life in general. But no, I definitely would be up to it though. Get him down in South Florida, get him right, get some good work done.
That's awesome. It's awesome, and obviously with the potential draft, there's speculation maybe he goes, maybe he doesn't. Do you feel like you watch Devin Neal now compared to where he was a couple of years ago, and you're like, this guy's an NFL guy, and you weren't sure about that maybe a couple of years ago, or how much has he changed from the first time you saw him to now?
I mean, from the first time I saw him, I feel like he already was, but just, as you become, as you get more carries and as you become a better player, I feel like in college, you learn things that you didn't learn your freshman year, just the patience he has setting up runs. Sometimes you got to be patient. Sometimes, the block, you got to find ways to make a play. And you don't want to push too hard to make a play. You want to let things develop and then go from there and make a play happen when it does. But, just especially that, his hands out of the backfield, making taking swing passes and turning them into big plays. And, just stuff like that you see backs do at the next level that he's definitely added to his game. And, their offense does a great job of putting him in positions to just do those things. So, I definitely feel like he's ready.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And then you've been watching all the KU games. I know we were talking a little bit before, right? You caught this past weekend's game and you saw his 3-touchdown game.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. Man, and crazy thing is they run a Wildcat all game and still can't stop him, and he just does a great job of making plays when plays need to be made. That's I feel like the biggest thing scouts look for, playmakers and guys that you get the ball, you try to get the ball in their hand any way you can. When you do, good things happen. So
yeah, Khalil, you so going back to the whole patience thing, I think that's something you were by no means like bad at it like freshman year, but like as time went on, you had so many more big runs throughout your career because you'd wait for those blocks to set up. And then even I think especially your last year at Virginia Tech, kind of with that scheme, that run scheme and what they maybe had the offensive line doing, I think it was pretty similar to what KU's doing now with, just a lot of movement by the offensive lineman, good synchronization and, just kind of creating those holes. And, you obviously had your best year, your last year at Virginia Tech, but, I think a lot of that was just being patient, being a fifth-year senior and kind of knowing how to just let those blocks set up. And, just makes me think I would have loved to see you with this current coaching staff because, man, I mean, that offensive line works so well together.
Crazy. Yeah, no, I know we were texting about it too, but just their offense, bro, the position, he puts guys in to be one-on-one and create different matchups, it's crazy. Especially too, so that's that offensive line, like with these backs, like, they can be patient and, that's big kudos to the O-line, like allowing him time to sit behind there and press the line of scrimmage, allow them to get to their second and third level blocks, and then go off that. But that O-line too is crazy up front.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm excited about that. And just looking at where Kansas is at, will we see you potentially at a bowl game wherever they end up if you can come?
I mean, it depends.
I guess it
You
depends on
know,
your schedule. Yeah.
our season, like we're not done till January 9th. So, and I got a baby on the way. So,
Congrats.
yeah, appreciate it. So I'm been a little busy these next 2 months, you know. So, but I'll definitely be supporting. You know, I try and find time to watch the games whenever I can on Saturdays. So.
I love that. I love that. I appreciate you hopping on. Carter, you got anything else?
No, man. I think that's it for me. Great seeing you again, and yeah, thanks again for joining us. Yeah, definitely looking forward to this week's game against Cincinnati. Hopefully, the guys can get back on track and get win number 8, and at that point, we'll see what bowl game we end up at. But no, thanks again for joining us, and definitely looking forward to this weekend.
Yeah, and I guess
no problem.
Khalil, last thing, did you ever envision a team like Kansas would be on the verge when you were at Kansas would be on the verge of getting 8 wins and consistently going to bowl games?
100%. Like it's the crazy thing. Like all the guys that we had when I were there, like we've always envisioned exactly what they're doing right now.
Right.
I feel like we had the guys to do it. We just never could do it. So now watching these guys do it, it's definitely like it's bittersweet, but it's so exciting just to see, like all the work that, people before have came through and paid the price and, finally getting to see guys, take this thing up one notch. And, you see what they're doing with the facilities and the stadium and the fans surrounding it. So it's amazing to see. And, I'm so happy for that university and, these guys on this team getting to enjoy some winning. So.
100%. Thanks for hopping on, man, and appreciate you breaking down some film and teaching us the ways of Khalil Herbert and Devin Neal.
Yes, sir. Not a problem. Appreciate y'all having me.